Hello and welcome to another edition of Up the Reds with me, Andy Canby. So, a couple of things to talk about tonight. Firstly, our win against Everton yesterday. Sorry I didn't do this one after the game. I had things to do, so I did tweet out that I'd put this one out today. And also I want to talk about the report that's come out after the disastrous final that we had in Paris. When I say disastrous, I mean about the goings on before kickoff. So, okay, to the game. Well, much needed 3 points. Good performance. In some aspects, it was in little bits. It was Liverpool of old. We're not going to get carried away by that, but yeah, everything that Jurgen Klopp said he'd planned for had been executed, which was really, really good. And so yeah, first off, I thought we started off pretty well. We were sort of like playing long balls, short balls, trying to break through their line. I think, if I'm being honest, the first 10-15 minutes we were playing long balls behind them, and then when we realised that they weren't going to come out and attack us, we started using the flanks. Great bit of work that by the midfielders, I thought. Stefan Bajcetic, he was my man of the match. I know Carragher gave it to him as well. Some supporters thought it was Joe Gomez, but if I'm being honest, Joe Gomez and Joe Matip had very little to do in this game. Sims up front for Everton, he just didn't know how to play the occasion. Unfortunately for him, he's a young player, but yeah, he was marshalled out the game. So yeah, the midfielders, Hendo was near enough back to his old self, running about, closing down. I could hear him screaming and shouting, getting the players. Fabinho did a good job. He did what he had to do. I was totally surprised about Everton, I thought they would have had a bit more about them, but just to sit back in the way that they did, and just have one player up front, it was baffling, really. But that's Everton's problem. It's not ours. So yeah, we we took our goal really well. 7 seconds from their penalty, our penalty area to theirs. Mo, great finish. Pickford, I wouldn't say he was in no man's land. I think he was on his way out to the stadium because he wasn't having it. But yeah, it was a great finish by Mo. I mean, that is a difficult chance to take when you're running at that full pelt and the ball is coming towards you, and you have to adjust your body to get any kind of touch on that ball. And obviously it nestled in the back of the net, so it was good. We could have gone 2-0 up in the first half. We didn't do so. 1-0 at half time. Second half, just needed to exactly the same, and we got the goal early. Great breakaway again. Great finish after good work by Robbo and Mo, and then Trent put a ball in. Yeah, he got deflected a bit. Yeah, they could have cleared it, but there was Cody Gakpo at the back stick there. I said at half time I'd like to see a bit more from him, and I think we saw that at half time. Got to mention Nunes. He was electric last night. Okay, didn't get a goal, but he's a real handful, and I think he's improving in every game that we play. Great to see a good strong bench. Jota, Firmino, Virgil. It was really good to see those players back on the bench, and it was good to see Jota come on. He got a great ovation when he came came on, and so did Bobby. People said they were a bit rusty. Yeah, so I've been saying, don't expect any miracles from them when they get back into the first 2 or 3 games. They'll have to come up to speed. But the game, I thought, was comfortably won at 2-0. They weren't going to pose a threat. They had the header on the 81st, 82nd minute, but that was it. I don't think Alisson had a save to make, if I can recall from the game. So that was all good, and it was nice to see Jurgen doing the old fist pumps at the end. I think we've missed that. That's our first 3 points in 2023. It's astonishing, isn't it? We won a game in December. We didn't win a game in January. It's now February, and we won a game in February. So next game, we're away to Newcastle on Saturday. Now, people are looking at Newcastle's results lately. They're having a bit of a blip. They're having a bit of an injury crisis as well. A few of their players that have picked up little niggles and strains here and there. So obviously their squad's not in as deep as ours. So I'm feeling very optimistic about Saturday's game. That will be on Sky. So I'll be looking forward to watching that. Right, okay. So that's the game done and dusted with. Just a couple of other things. Obviously, we play Real Madrid next week at home. Just about our under-19s team that's in the UEFA Youth Cup. They're into the last 16 to the knockout stages, so they will play, I think it's FC Porto. The tie is going to be played in Tuesday, was it 28th of February or 1st of March? The tie's got to be played within that time scale. And then hopefully the young Reds can get through that. We do have a very good mixture of 18s and 21s. Well, just 21s. When I say 21s, they're not actual 21s, but it's under 19s. Well, a mixture in there. So hoping they'll progress through to that. Okay, now to the report that was commissioned by UEFA about what went wrong in Paris and who was to blame, who was exonerated. First things first, UEFA, the French police, and the French government cocked up big style in this final. Absolutely big style they cocked up. When things weren't going right, they orchestrated between themselves to blame Liverpool football fans for what was going on outside the stadium. As it proves in the report, which was independent by Dr. Rodriguez, he exonerated any Liverpool fans from any blame at the game, or at the beginning of the game. Now, he was very clear and he was very adamant that if it wasn't for Liverpool fans, there could have been serious injuries and maybe fatalities. That's how damning the report was on the organisation of this match. It was held in Paris. There was no organised routes for fans to take. Local youths were pickpocketing Liverpool fans and Real Madrid fans. Let's not forget, it was both sets of supporters that were affected by this. And the police just did not know how to do this. Now, when you watch the French police doing their ram raids to their own citizens when there's strikes or anything in the capital, you can understand what knobs they are. All shielded up, all with the pepper sprays. It's absolutely disgraceful. And yeah, as I was saying, the report states if it wasn't for Liverpool fans, this could have been a lot worse. Now, poor ticket planning, poor route planning. The entrances were absolutely atrocious, the way the fans were trying to get in. Local youths were trying to get into the stadium before Liverpool and Real Madrid fans. I mean, how is that allowed to happen? And to barefaced lie to the world, because the world was watching this final, that 30 to 40,000 ticketless Liverpool supporters were trying to gain entry into the stadium. Absolutely bollocks. Now, I know some people are saying, yeah, let's look at what the recommendations should be. Recommendations are that paper ticket should be swung out, and it should be on your phones, digital ticketing on your iPads or whatever, so people can't pickpocket your tickets and things like that. The ticketing route planning of the stadia has to be better. This is not just about Liverpool and Real Madrid fans. This is about fans, all fans in Europe, who expect to go to a festival of football, but then are treated like absolute disgracefully, like animals. I mean, it was just horrendous watching scenes. I mean, I was in Liverpool watching the game. I was in Hotel Tia, which was great. We were having to enjoy ourselves, and then kickoff said it was being delayed because of Liverpool fans trying to get into the stadium. We were all looking round saying, no, this can't be happening. And obviously, days later, look, the police couldn't organise anything on that day. It was a free-for-all, pepper spraying. UEFA officials tried to make out it was all our fault when it clearly wasn't. Now, what we need to do from this report is for all football fans that go to football games in Europe that are organised by UEFA have to be well organised. Why is it that Real Madrid will come to Anfield next week? Their supporters will know exactly where they're going, which entrance they're going to be at the game, etc. Likewise, when we go to Real Madrid, it'll just be the same. So why is it UEFA can't get their own act together? I mean, it's just diabolical. Absolutely is. I'm not letting UEFA off this at all, because the comments I'm making is about all football fans throughout Europe. We need to be stopped treated, like animals, and give a bit more respect. People pay a lot of money, a lot of money to go and watch these games. The travelling, the expense of staying over, etc. before the final, the expense of getting back, and yet, they're just treated like what they were in Paris. So, yeah, not a big UEFA fan, as you can tell from what I'm saying here, but yeah, all fans in Europe should be shown a bit more respect by UEFA. Will anything come of it? Probably not, because UEFA is a corrupt organisation. They can, you can see what's happened in the past. It's still not clean. FIFA is still not clean. Football's world governing body, they're exactly the same. So yeah, let's get back to this. So I'm glad the report's come out. I'm glad it's been a positive one for both the Liverpool and Real Madrid supporters, and let's hope. I'd like to say lessons are learned, but that's not the case. lessons shouldn't been learned. It shouldn't have got to this stage at all. Right, this is the only time I'm going to mention this. Okay, if you want to have your say on this, just send me a message on here, and everything else. Okay, so if you like what I'm doing, I'm doing this because I want to talk about Liverpool and all things Liverpool. Other people are saying, would I like to talk about other things as well? Well, I'm not so sure, because it is called Up the Reds, all things Liverpool. But if you guys want me to mention anything that is not non-Liverpool, I'll have a think about that, and I'll give you my thoughts. So yeah, back to the game. Good 3 points. I had a big smile on my face at work today, and it was good to see us back in some kind of a form. And let's hope that we can push on to the game on Saturday against Newcastle. Right. Thanks for listening. Okay, if you like what I'm doing, smash us a like below. If you want to follow, you can do. It's free. There's no ads in my videos at all. You get what it is. 8, 6, 10, 15, 20 minutes videos. So, but yeah, keep on watching, and up the Reds.